6:24 on Daybreak. Flirting. Let's cut to the chase. You want to a woman. Apparently, you're best off complimenting her
lips.
Yours are a bit funny looking some mornings.
There you go. That's why. I'll not say it.
Surveys have broken this down country by country. In Spain, the most successful line is "You have beautiful hair." That's what Spanish women want to hear.
In Russia, it's all about the nose. You have to praise that.
And in the USA, you should say "You dress beautifully."
And here in the UK, the winner was "You have beautiful legs."
I strongly suspect that survey is a lot of nonsense, actually. So we have a social anthropologist here to tell us what is best. Jean Smith. Jean, what do you know about this in your studies?
Well, what I found in my studies is that everyone is trying to find one line that's going to woo every person you meet, and basically the best flirts are those who can adapt to each person. I was just doing a little informal study about, in the green room, about if someone said to you, "You have beautiful lips," and most women were like, "Whoa, I think I might slap him," or something like that. But yet, according to the survey...
So what should you say? You've got mediocre lips, then.
No, you should say something like, well, what you should do, and this is what I'm trying to get away from, is one line that suits everyone, is something individual to that person. So if you can feel this person is extroverted, then maybe say something a bit more bold. But if they're shy, this might completely put them off.
Yeah.
But then it changes, obviously. Men's techniques have to be different to a woman's technique, doesn't it? And the lines then have to adapt.
It's interesting. Actually, what I found, especially studying Stockholm, which has more of a sort of equal society, men and women would often answer, "I flirt the same as a woman," or "I flirt the same as a man." It's not so easy to put it into the different gender categories like that. And again, I'd really like to stress it's down to the individual, which isn't very helpful or useful. And you can't really put it in a box, but that's the best way.
So can one line make a difference, though? Surely, well, actually, most people are shallow, women mostly. And it's just how you look which makes the difference. But can one line actually turn it for you?
Do you know, if we look at the line in a different way, and if we look at that line as just a way to actually start the conversation, yeah, that could make a huge difference between you being across the room and you actually starting a 1 to 3 minute conversation with someone. Yeah, in that instance it could.
You see, I think the most powerful flirting is nothing to do with words. It's all to do with looks and body language. I really do. I just, you know, coming up to, you know, if someone came to me and said, "Oh, you've got beautiful legs," oh, that is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So I'd much rather someone try and connect with the eyes. That's not working.
No.
So
I can't do eye contact. I can't do eye contact at all.
I get quite shifty.
Oh. Yeah.
Shifty,
what about looking at the floor and shuffling awkwardly from foot to foot?
Not
Does that work?
Do you know what? I'll give you a little hint that people seem to love. It has to do with the feet. And if you want to know if someone is really into the conversation, is really into that with you, you look down at their feet. And if the feet are pointing at you, it means they're in. But if they're slightly like as if they want to leave, that means they want to leave.
Look at mine.
Yeah.
No way.
Christine, not looking good here.
I'll point towards
Thank you, darling.
I mean, you must be a nightmare to flirt with, because anybody says anything to you, you go...
It's all analysed.
Right, make a note of that then. Hang on, what did you say?
Yeah, I try and turn it off sometimes, but luckily I can flirt well with my husband, so that's important.
All right. So what's the best and worst one you've ever heard?
Well, I'll tell you what my personal favorite is.
Yeah. Is this clean, by the way?
Yeah, of course, yeah. You must be a parking ticket, because you've got fine written all over you.
Oh, good.
That wouldn't work, Christine?
No. I was going to make a note of that.
You.
It's our Christmas party tonight. Topical in London, parking's very tight in central London, so... Listen, stick around if you can a bit longer.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We need a social anthropologist, don't we?
Social anthropologist.
Every show should have one. You see, I'm flirting with her there.
Yeah,
Bigging her up, you see.
working.
She's falling for it. Look at her.
I think you're blushing, Jane.
Anyway, we want your best chat-up lines. Send them in. Perhaps we'll get Jean to have a socially anthropological look at them. Send us your texts on 67890. It'll cost you 25p plus the standard
And indeed the worst lines you've heard. That's the funniest, isn't it? Yeah. But all those cheesy lines. Oh, you must be a star and falling out of the sky.
I don't believe anyone actually says that.
I think some people do, you know. Although I have a friend that continually just says, and he says, you know, if you chat up 100 women, hopefully one will fall for the line.
That's not true. I did that once. No good. 100, 0.
Okay.
But we've got a social anthropologist here, Jean Smith, to help us through this. We've got a few people who've already come back to us with some chat-up
This
lines.
is a good one, actually. Elizabeth Stevenson says, you have to go to a party, mistletoe in hand, and you say, "I wonder if you can help. My friend and I are having a kissing competition and she's winning."
I think a lot lot of guys would go for that.
I think so. It's practical, straight to the point. I like her style. Next.
Laura McPherson, when I first met my husband, he said, what team do you support? I support Port Vale. Well, that's enough to get you going if you happen to be a Port Vale fan. I just remembered the worst one I ever had. A girl was looking at me in an Indian restaurant, and my mate said, that girl's looking at you, was going, oh, here we go, just because you're on television. And then eventually she came towards me, and he groaned and went, oh, God, here we go. And she said...
Are you Ray Mears?
No. She said, my nan went to your wedding. So, as chat-up lines go, that's got a couple of turn-off words in it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Speaking
anyway, I just carried on with my biryani, and
one from Lisa Muldoon says, Adrian, this is flirting for you. Adrian's a lovely guy. I think he looks like that sort of guy, you know, who would have a heart of gold and know how to treat a girl. Adrian, it's the personality that always counts.
No number. So when you use irony, so if you said something like, what's that one about the stars shining in the sky, all that business, that's a common one. Then irony that might work if you say something ironically.
Yeah, it depends on the delivery and also the other person. But the thing is, we love making fun of chat-up lines, but it actually encompasses one of my methods. I have 3 methods of attack, which are 3 different ways how to approach someone.
It's interesting that you use the word attack. It's an interesting verb to use, isn't it? Yeah.
I thought you'd like that. Yeah. So that's method 3. And basically, this method is just about going up to someone, and if I went up and said my line to someone, and they looked at me like, you're a complete idiot, I'd think, right, that person obviously doesn't have my same sense of humor, so I'll go find someone who does. Or if they start laughing, I mean, immediately you're breaking the ice.
The hardest thing is starting the conversation, because it's the one problem I don't have, because you're well known, people will come up and talk to you because they recognise you, but actually starting a conversation from cold. I've forgotten how to do that with men or women if they don't happen to recognise me. So if you want to chat somebody up, how do you break the ice in the first place?
Adrian.
It is.
Don't feel sorry.
How do you start the conversation in the first place?
I'm so happy you asked, because this is actually what I teach people. It's how to start a 1 to 3 minute conversation. It's just in a natural way. Men, are you listening? In a natural way, asking a question that relates to the context that you're in. So, for example, if you're standing at the bus stop, you can either stand by yourself or you can stand next to an attractive person, and then you could say,
and what number you're waiting for?
Yeah, or has the number 13 bus come by yet? And the thing is, no, it's true. We have to encourage him. It's true. This is what you do.
What number are you waiting for? You've pulled.
You see, I only use the 94 from outside my place, so I can't use that line. Because obviously, say, well, obviously I'm waiting for the 94. It's the only bus that stops here.
You're already finding, problems with it.
All right. Look, we'll talk more shortly.
Yes, we will.
Thanks, G.